want me to say anything else about what you're going to do, or you guys just
We'll talk about it. Alright, so like Ms. Mellon said, my name is Troy. I'm 19. I go to school just like you guys. Do lots of fun stuff. I go to Southern Connecticut State University. I like hanging out with my friends. I like watching TV, exercising, playing sports, games, all the same stuff that you guys probably like to do. And who are you?
I'm San Paulo, and I hang out like what you guys do, and we do a lot of stuff.
Like what do we do?
Like we hang out, we go to the gym, we play some video games like you guys do. We do, we like to eat, go out to eat and stuff.
We go to see movies.
And we see movies.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about what it's like being friends, and Sean's going to talk to you what it's like having an intellectual disability. And so what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of questions for him on this piece of paper that I'm going to ask him, and he's going to answer them, so it's going to kind of guide our conversation, and then at the end you guys can ask whatever questions you want. Alright? Sound cool? Mm-hmm. Alright. So Sean, why don't you talk about what it's like to have an intellectual disability?
Having an intellectual disability is
Challenge sometimes?
it's a challenge for doing a lot of things, like you need help on some things like driving, having assistance for cooking, and a lot of driving to go anywhere, you know.
But on the other hand, you can also do a lot of the same things that anybody else can, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do a lot of the same stuff what other people.
Yeah, so like what do you do around the house? Do you do chores?
I do. See, I love to clean. I clean my room. I do a lot in the house. I do dishwashing. I do the trash. I make my parents tea. I make my father a sandwich and then tea, because he stays in the he does a lot in the house too. So.
Yeah. So you guys all have chores? Everybody have chores? Yeah. Does anybody like doing their chores? Sean, do you like doing your chores?
Well, sometimes. Sometimes, but I like to vacuum, but mostly I would like to sit on the computer and, you know.
Yeah. Who here likes to vacuum? Anybody? Really? Oh wow. Alright. Well, you guys are better people than I am, that's for sure. Alright, so Sean, why don't you tell us about what it was like when you were a little kid, when you were these guys' age?
When I was younger, I did a lot of class stuff, like when I was a baby, when I was in pre-K, I was probably used to playing around and stuff, and then when I got a little older, like I was 6, 7, or 8, or 9, I went to retail school, and you know, like things like homework, do not like to do, but I like school because being with friends.
Yeah. So you didn't, it wasn't always easy, right? You had to go to a lot of speech therapy, and you had to do a lot of extra work, right, to get to how you are today?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was a baby, I had a hard time talking. So the only way that people know that I cannot talk, I have to use something else to trying to force myself to talk.
Right, so the only way you could express what you wanted to say was through your physical actions, right?
Yes.
So what would you do to try and get attention because you wanted to say something?
I'll try and go like something like that. Something.
Yeah. So now your mom tells me that you were a stubborn little child. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Why were you so stubborn?
Sometimes I can do things it can.
Yeah. Something you didn't want to do. You really didn't want to do it, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some things that I don't want to do, but I know I have to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you're still pretty stubborn. You still like getting out of bed in the morning.
Well, I'm not that pretty stubborn now, but sometimes I have my moments, and
Yeah.
sometimes I don't have them.
Like when it's early in the morning? Does anybody here like getting up early? You like getting up early? Really? Do what, watch cartoons?
Play video games.
Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah? Was it easy for you to make friends when you were little?
Yes, because certain things that when I was babies, like when I was in my birth of 3, it's a birth of 3, it's like, meeting the whole family when you were like 3 years old, going through your past into now.
Alright, so when you were little, a bunch of families were kids that had disabilities as well, or was it just anybody?
It's everybody.
It was
Like,
everybody?
it was everybody. It doesn't have to be like intellectual. It can be people without and people with intellectual disability.
Right, so you guys would get together as all the families and the kids, and you guys would, hang out together and stuff?
Yes, like brothers and sisters.
Yeah, so you guys grew up pretty close?
Yeah, we put up very close.
Yeah, and what about when you went to school? Was it easy for you to make friends with people that you've never met before?
Yeah, like a lot of times when I go back in maybe in middle school, sometimes I like doing things with the teachers and do it, like homework is a big not cool with me because even though homework that you have to do, but sometimes homework is like annoying.
Yeah, so do your homework, guys. This is, do your homework. Did you do other stuff after school to make friends? Did you do like club or anything?
When I was in high school, I had this club called TLC. It's called 10 to 11 KO. And we go into meetings about that, see what kind of things that we are up against. And we had pictures taken in the yearbook.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. So what about when you were in school, were you ever bullied at all?
Not in a physical way, but in words sometimes.
Yeah.
Like
Was that when you were older or when you were younger?
back in high school.
In high school? Do you want to share a story with us about one time when you were bullied?
Sometimes people, like, you don't need to do that, but for me, I was in high school and I was halfway in a bus, like near the back seat. Somebody forced me to drink a Coke bottle with a cigarette in there.
So there was a used cigarette in a Coke bottle and someone tried to make you drink it, or did you actually drink it?
I was forced to, and I almost did.
Yeah. But what happened?
And then I got helped by my sister.
Yeah. So your sister stood up for you, right?
My sister stand up
Yeah.
for me, even though I do gotta mention things like they were my sister and that person who was trying to tease me, that it gotten so bad. They saying things like, "Oh, I know where you live at." They followed us home. And then my sister had to go to that person's house, talk to their mother and stuff like that.
Right, so she went out, she dealt with the bully in a positive way, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so, now this guy sounds like a pretty mean person, right? Yeah. So why don't you tell him what happened when you saw him a couple years later?
A couple of years later, I went grocery shopping with my mom, and he was working, and he felt bad what happened, and he apologized.
You know, he apologized to you because he realized what he did was really wrong, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on bullying?
Bullying is not cool,
Yeah.
and they cannot judge you the way you are. You're glad that you have friends and family and hang out with.
So do you think it's good to accept people for who they are and not bully them just because they're a little different?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's good. And what do you think? Do you think it was good that your sister helped you?
Yes.
Yeah. So you think that, it's good to have friends to help you deal with bullies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but in a positive way.
In a positive way, never the negative way.
Right. So what do you think a positive way of dealing with bullying?
You have to have a person to help you,
Mm-hmm.
hang out with a good crowd,
Mm-hmm.
not from the bad crowd.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if a bully's bothering you, you can talk about it.
We can talk about it if it's from with your families, your parents, or your teachers if it's happening in school.
Right, so you're saying it's good to get some help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so now we're going to talk a little bit about how Sean and I became friends. 4 years ago, I volunteered to join the Special Olympics, which is people with intellectual disabilities or any disabilities play all different sports. And I volunteered to play basketball. And at the first practice, I met Sean, and we started talking, and we found out that we had a lot in common. We liked a lot of the same foods, the same movies, all the same kinds of stuff. So we decided that we wanted to start hanging out together. And eventually, we became such close friends that we went on a vacation together. Have any of you guys ever been to Universal Studios in Florida? Yeah, the place is awesome, right? How many people would want to go there that haven't been there? Yeah, it's really cool. So we went there for a week. We went on all the different rides. Sean went on all the roller coasters. And then, what did you think about the trip?
I loved it. I got a little hilarious on one ride, and it was the Simpsons ride.
No, Sean loves the Simpsons ride. We went on it. How many times do you think we went on it?
Like a lot of times, like maybe
15
15 times
in a row.
in a row.
Yeah.
And every time I get on that ride, Homer would say something, and then I start doing the giggly thing.
Yeah, he would laugh hysterically, and everybody would look at us and wonder why he was laughing so hard.
Yes.
Yeah, because the staff knew us by the time we got off. And, you know, we were on a first name basis with all of them.
Yes.
Yeah. What else about the trip you like?
I like when, like, so the thing that I like was, even though I had a little hard time getting up in the morning, and my friend Troy will pour water on me because I wouldn't get up.
All right. You're making me sound a little mean. Here's what happened. I'll tell a story. I'll tell a story. So we had to get up early. Because when you go on those vacations, you know, you have to get up early, right? Because you want to get in line for the cool rides and not have to wait for 3 hours. So Sean likes to sleep late, as we already talked about, and he wouldn't get up. So I took a glass of water and I started dripping it on him, and then I just poured the whole thing on him. And he still wouldn't wake up. So I actually had to grab Sean and throw him in the shower before he would actually get up. And then you can tell the rest of the story. What happened the next morning?
And then I did it again.
No, you didn't do it again.
I didn't do it again.
I did it. I slept 5 minutes late without even trying to wake me up. Sean didn't go, you know, Troy, wake up, man, wake up, it's time to go. He just took a giant glass of water and he dumped it on me.
Yeah, that's called pay and back.
So we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Let's see. So what are we doing right now? What are we doing? What have we been doing the past year or so?
We'll in a triathlon together.
Yeah. How many of you guys know what triathlon is? You guys know what it is? Does somebody want to tell me? Because I'm still not sure what it is. Who wants to tell me?
Swimming, biking, and running.
Right. That's right. So we're doing that for Special Olympics. Besides, we play a lot of other sports. What do we play?
We do basketball. Another basketball is a competition.
Yep.
And
So we do unified basketball, which is where people with and without intellectual disabilities will play together. And I coach his traditional basketball team, where it's just people with intellectual disabilities playing. And then we play floor hockey. We play flag football. And what else do we play? You play golf.
I play golf.
Yeah. And then we do our triathlon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course I do swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we decided to do the triathlon because someone we know was looking for a team, and we figured, oh, we like working together, we're friends, so we said we would do it. So we've been training every single day. We go to the gym, and we're getting ready. We're going to go to New Jersey in the summer, and we're going to do it for the Special Olympics national games. So we're going to be playing against teams from all over the United States. So Sean and I are pretty excited about that. It's going to be really cool. So the thing I wanted to stress to you guys is that sports is a great way to meet new people, and it's a great way to have fun and, you know, find things that you have in common with other people, and Special Olympics is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, guys. So if any of you guys are interested in playing these sports, there's teams that'll take you guys on and you can start helping out. It's a lot of fun. Is there anything else you want to say? You don't know? You guys have any questions for us?
What's your favorite thing to do together?
Our favorite thing to do together? What's our favorite thing to do together?
Like movies, hang out,
You like going to the movies?
like movies.
I particularly like when Sean beats me at Xbox. That's fun too.
Yeah.
Favorite sport to play?
My favorite sport to play? Alright, what's your favorite sport to play?
I would like to do swimming and basketball.
Swimming and basketball. My favorite sport is baseball, but I really like playing flag football. What's up?
Can you just join the Special Olympics? Like, or do you have to be a professional special athlete,
No.
or do you
don't-
have to get invited?
Nope, you can join, you can just find your local team, or they even have it in some schools. Some schools have their own teams, and you just find out who's in charge and tell them, you know, you want to help out, and that's how you get started. I got started because I saw an ad on TV, and I said, oh, I wanted to do that. You guys can go on their website with your parents, you can volunteer for stuff, you can even just helping out, keeping score of the basketball game. That's how you get started. You know, it's fun.
What do you think of each other when you first met?
What did you think of me when you first met me?
Well, I like to, first when I went, Troy was a partner, and then I asked him, do Facebook, and then, so I added him as a friend, and and then the first time I went to his house, and everybody liked me and Troy, that we been together since then.
Yeah, so you thought it was nice when you first met?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought you were a little crazy because you were really good at basketball. He was really aggressive. He was playing really good defense on me. So he was a little scary at first. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I thought Sean was the nicest kid I'd ever met, and he seemed like he'd be a really good friend. Anybody else got any more questions?
Well, we just want to thank you so much for coming out. I think there's been a lot of interest, and I showed them your video when Easton and Mrs. Malnick went to ESPN, so the kids have been so interested since then. And then I've given them, there was a write-up, I gave them that, and so they really, they kind of know a lot about you. And they've, the questions that they posed to you, you've answered, which is really good that you were so intently listening. So I think it's wonderful that you go out and you show what you do, because how many of you might be interested in doing unified sports? And I know they have it at the middle school level. I just received an email from,
You can join Unified Sports by just going online on unifiedssportsofmilford.com, and that's at Easton's age up until, I think it's 11 before it's middle school.
You guys are 8 and older, right?
yeah.
8 and older? Yeah? Alright, you have to be 8 years old to just start doing Special Olympics. So you guys, they've divided it up into ages recently. So none of you guys will be going against, you know, a 35-year-old ginormous man playing basketball and dunk on you. It's alright.
They like the challenge. They're up for it.
I have a question about games. What video games do you like to play?
What's your favorite game?
I like Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
and Taken, like, action.
Sean likes fighting games. So do I. What do you guys like, Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Really? No? It's alright, it's not that good. Sorry, guys. Anybody else got a favorite game that they want to share? No? Alright, what's up?
I remember. It was
I just think it's great that you guys both came out to showcase not only your sportsmanship, but your friendship together. And I think this is I mean, we talk about it all the time, it's almost, this generation of kids is grown up, and so there's no difference in any sense. Anybody with intellectual disabilities, physical disabilities, I'm so blessed to work with 25 of the best kids here, and then 24 with Mrs. Churchill. I can't
Just one.
Yeah, just one. You are. I have to teach you computer skills. So Sarah's my assistant there. But yeah, I think it's just great that you showcase exemplar character traits, both of you, and it's a testament to both of your parents and to your teachers and to you both as a whole.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming out.
I just wanted to add, I had a couple of thoughts too. So, Troy, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned, when you met Sean the first time that, he had these awesome basketball skills. And I'm sure when you go into these things and these volunteer opportunities, you don't really know what to expect. So it's great that all of a sudden you can see that sometimes people can have abilities that far surpass your own. You might think that you're great at doing something, but other people can be that much better, and it's something you don't expect, and then you're like, wow. And then once you get talking, you find out, hey, we have this in common and this in common. And I'm sure your friendship has probably introduced you to other people as well. You might have met people that Sean knows, and Sean probably knows some of your friends too, right?
Yeah, Sean hangs out with my college buddies all the time, and I've met a ton of Sean's friends, and we've actually, we've gone into each other's worlds and we've developed more relationships. So I think that's really good, because before, there was a barrier. When I was younger, there was a barrier, but we're trying to break that down and just try and realize that just because someone's a little different doesn't mean you can't be friends with them and you can't, hang out with them.
So you're not just saying you're friends, you're living it. You're living it. And that's, I think, one of the messages that I've also been talking about with this class. And you guys are a great bunch of kids. And again, saying someone, oh yeah, I'll be friends with somebody, or saying, oh, I'll sit with somebody is different than really living it and being their friend. And you guys are models for that. Thank you, Sean and Troy. So, and Mrs. Schultz, I did not mean to cut you off, but I couldn't keep that in my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The other thing that just keeps kind of weighing in my mind is the incident that you brought up at the grocery store. And when you ran into that person from your past, how did that make you feel? Did you recognize that person, or did the person come up to you?
He came to me because he recognized me since high school,